Hi guys, it's your girl Natalie, the One True Diamond, coming at you with Thursday morning chit chat. It's Thursday morning. I got the right day this week. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, so I have a public service announcement, a PSA. Public service announcement. Okay. Dad said that I was not going to worry him about the storm. So, guess what? Guess who's going to get worried? You guys, okay? If I can't worry him, I got to talk about it to somebody, okay? So, I don't know why. I always get nervous when it's time for a storm. Always. He said, you act like a person who has actually been through a storm and been trapped or something. I'm like, I never have, but I have seen it bad. I remember some days, y'all, this is no lie, where I grew up in, it was one way in and one way out. And my mom always had to work nights. And she cooked, and she couldn't stay home with us. We were poor, okay? We were beyond poor. We were beyond poor. We were poor, okay? Poor. You know, like, not even, we were below living paycheck to paycheck, okay? That's how poor we were. And not making light of that situation, but I'm just giving y'all my truth of what I grew up with. So she had to work. It was my mom. Here she go, 7 children. What do? You work, okay? You work. So her and my stepdad both worked at the same restaurant, which you knew right then what that was. Now my stepdad at one point, he had a good job. He was working at Hatteras Yachts. I know anybody who's ever bought a boat know of Hatteras Yachts. Even some of the big stars have bought Hatteras Yachts, okay? Big boat company. But at some time or another, when the economy goes bad, people aren't buying those big luxury yachts, okay? So he would get laid off, but he worked at the restaurant as well. And until we got a little bit older, past this post date, okay, when he was doing actually 2 jobs of working at the Hatters, and then in the afternoons he would go and do the job at the restaurant, still trying to keep us afloat, okay? Right. Y'all get the idea. Y'all get the picture, right? Okay, picture this. 1977, okay? All right, okay? You got the picture. Living poor, okay? So anyway, they had to work, and they work nights, because that's when the restaurants open, from 4 until probably they would close at like 9 or 10, but then they had to clean up and do some prep for the next night. And you know, by the time they cleaned up and everything, and then drove an hour home, because we lived an hour away. Might have been a little over an hour, but I'm gonna say an hour to get home, okay? It was this bad rainstorm. It was like supposed to be like tornadoes and hurricane storms and things. And the road where we lived up was one way in and one way out. Now just think, we are children. I'm gonna say children, because you think about it now, it would scare somebody, but back in the day, that's how it was. The older kids took care of the younger kids. Me and my sister probably was preteens. She's like 3 years older than me, so she probably was a teenager. I'm preteen. And then each one of my siblings are like stair steps behind me. And then there was the littlest babies who were like a big gap in between us. It's almost like they're my children, you know, because there's a gap so big in between us. And, you know, and those winds are coming, and your children, all you know is a storm's coming, and your mom's not at home. There's, you know, you're worried, you're scared, you're terrified. And I don't know if that's got something to do with it or not. But you know, we all got together. You know, my brothers, they did their own thing. They were some of the baddest children in the world. My God, they were bad. Bad children. And anyway, but when it come time for the storm, you know, we all would get together and just sit in the room, you know, because we knew it was a storm. And, you know, they teach you things at school, what to do with the storm. So we all knew those things to be prepared. But all we were getting was really big rain. and there was always flood at the entrance of the road because there was like a river that ran, a river and a bridge just before you get to the road where they turn to come to our house, and it will always flood there. And I remember my mom and them saying that that water was so high, but all she could think of was her children was there, and then we were by ourselves. Even though like a baseball field in between us, y'all know how big a baseball field is. My aunt lived a baseball field in between us. We could go there. There was neighbors that looked out for us too. And you know, that's why I think the reason why I don't want to, I'm not prejudiced, because we lived in a community where the white people looked out even for the black folks, you know, maybe not to the extent of come on in my house, but when things happened or when they knew there was a need, they actually looked out for us. And I think that's why I could not hold animosity against any race, because I just, you know, I knew there was racism, but the community I grew up in did not show that, even though they might have been. There was this one man who was a farmer there. My mom said that she believed that he was part of the Ku Klux Klan, and when they were younger, children that people had burnt crosses in their yard. And she always felt like those men were a part of it in that community, but he never showed it towards us children. And I don't know why. You know, it was like whatever he farmed, he would give us out of his crop. He would call us children over to go get the stuff out in the fields and get in the crop. You know, and maybe somebody might say that was belittling to you guys, but no, it wasn't. When I told y'all we grew up poor, below, living paycheck to paycheck, okay? That was a blessing in disguise for us. When he killed the hog, he would always call us over to get some of the hog for us, because they knew we were poor. They knew the situation that we were left in. And I feel like they looked out for us. So I feel like if something really terrible happened, I feel like they would have stepped up and actually looked out for us. Like I said, I had an aunt who lived like a baseball field away, that we could have went to her house, and then I had another aunt that was like maybe a little short distance from the other aunt. So it was like people were right close by us. So if an emergency came up, we would have someone. But she was just saying she just remembered that, and they remembered that the water was so high you couldn't drive through it. And she said they got out of the car and pushed that car through that water so that she could get to her children. And I just remember those storm days, and it was always like that. You know, it was like the storm always would come up as my mom was working. But they could not stay home. You could not stay home. You just could not stay home. It was like my mom and my cousin and my dad, and there was another cook there. It was like that's all that was the cooks in that kitchen. And if they stayed out and didn't come to work, then guess what? The restaurant didn't run. So not like you, I know your family's more important, but then you're thinking my family is more important. That's why I'm going to work to do this. And you know, I just thank God. I thank God for my mom and all that she went through to raise us, to get us where we needed to be at. You know, I utmost respect. There's nothing that she cannot ask me for. Sometimes I do feel like, okay, Ma, I want to help you budget your monies a little bit better, because you should be doing good now, you know. And sometimes, you know, I feel like, but you know what? I don't complain. I do not gripe. She will never, you know, I will never make her feel like, why are you asking me for money? Never, because that is my mom. Ultimately, and I know what she went through to get me here. I would not be here today if it was not for her, and not only for the birth, but making me the person that I am, showing me a strength and a faith in God, you know, that, you know, no matter what your situation look like, that God is there, you know. And I got off on this tangent, I guess, to say that maybe that's where my fear of storms come in at. I always wanted to be prepared, so I always made sure I had things like food and water And so I think I'm wearing Derek to death. Like, we got this generator that he paid $1,000 for last year when our lights went out. Wouldn't go get the regular $200 and $300 one. He wanted that $1,000 one. So we got the $1,000. I said, go ahead and get it, baby. If that's the one you want. We never hooked it up because we knew we were planning on moving and buying a house. So when we came here, we were going to get the guy to hook it up. But then he's like, no, baby, I want this other one that you just hook direct. I'm like, okay, Derek, we can sell that. I said, okay. We never got that one, and we still have the other one that he bought last year, but it's not hooked up. So I'm like tapping him. Don't you think it's time we need? Come on, Lexus. I'm like, don't you think it's time that we get the generator hooked up? They talk about the storm coming. We need to. I can't move that generator. He's like, nah, it's got wheels on it. I said, I just could push the box underneath the shelves. And he was like, you tear it out in the box, Nat. I'm like, do you even know how to hook it up? He said, Nat, it's 7:27. You need to get ready for work. Because you're going to make me feel like I am just as stupid. Like I don't know how to do nothing. I'm like, look. I'm spazzing out. I'm listening to the news, and I know that it's not looking like North Carolina's going to get hit as hard, but we're going to get some effects of it. We're going to get some rain. And I'm like, what if it rained and our yard floods out? You saw how the road was flooded with just that. Nat, you're not going to worry me. I said, okay. Do you think we need to take some water and stuff over to your mama's house to make sure she got something? Granted, I done told y'all. I don't know if I told y'all or not. I don't know if I posted that video. His mom is on higher ground than we are. She probably won't even get no flooding over there. But he said, Nat, not today. We're going to do it closer to time. We're going to take something. I feel like he just drags. Like, don't drag. I want action and I want it now. I got action. I want to be prepared. Even though I done told y'all I'm a procrastinator, I will wait till the last minute. But I want to be prepared. Like, be prepared. Yes. That's what I want to be. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like last night when I came in, because I had went to the store. I got a case of water. I bought a case of Vienna sausage, a case of canned fruit, a box of chips, because I'm like, if my grandkids come over, they got to have something to snack on and entertain them. So I got those things for them. I said, we got that. And tonight, I'm going to go out in my storage shed and go ahead and get my preparedness kit together, get my candles, get the lighters, get flashlights, things that I think I might need in the midst of the storm so that we can have everything together. I need to go ahead and take pictures in the house just in case things flood. We need to be prepared. I know it seems like I'm going a bit overboard and too much, but I feel like we need to be prepared because you just never know what's going to happen. Do you think those people in Houston knew that that was going to happen like that? No. And they're saying that this storm is far worse than Harvey, who hit. Irma's worse than Harvey. So, you know, my prayers are going out to family in Florida. I got 2 sisters. I got one blood sister and one sister from another mother, okay, down there. And one is in Fort Myers. So she's on the other side of Florida. So I don't know if she's going to get it as bad as my sister who's in Fort Lauderdale. And I done told her behind, you need to go ahead and start packing up and having stuff ready so in case you have to evacuate, y'all can get out of there. She's like, okay, I don't know. We don't know. You don't know what you're going to do yet. You know, I've always been like that under high stress levels. And I'm like, okay, I need to calm down. She's got a husband. They'll get it together. They'll get themselves ready. And they'll get evacuated. I don't want anything to happen. I would be devastated if a storm hit that big and knowing that my sister's stuck down there and we can't get to her and we don't know where she is. The communications is down. I'm just worried for her. I want her to have stuff together. Because she is the baby of the family. So I just worries about her. But anyway, I'm going to get off here because I'm almost at my 15 minutes of talking. But I said all that to say that. Be prepared. Be thankful. Be blessed. Okay? Remember to do what? Give God some praise. Give him some thanks for waking you up, giving you another chance to get it right. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye now.